Good morning to everyone. This is the power of healing with Utabi. Ungobe khethelo. Lobe ngula kamzilikazi umzilikazi kaMashobana. Intungu elihle bantwana benkosi. Inkubela abahlabe ngamanxeba. Ibekhule ngezinyawo. Inkosazana yamakhosi komntungwa. Inkanyezi yamakhosi komntungwa. Inkosazana yelanga nenyanga. Unompilo okhanya. Welcome to the power of healing with Tabi once again. It's a beautiful day and I hope you guys are well. Gula makaza. Yeah, amakaza aqalile asiphethe ne. So yeah, as you can see today, I'm just going to talk about something. I think I've always said ancestors or spirits are have a sense of humor, and I feel like this video is one of those that has a sense of humor. So ngivuswe ngo-2 for this video. I had to prepare ngo-2, but because of the presentation I had to delay it ngi-record because I would have done it ebusuku. But again, what I love about my space and interesting fact is that abantu abangiphethe would always come with these ideas on how to present, or sometimes like they out of the blue you get that idea of how they want a certain topic presented. So yeah, I think I've got one of those spontaneous ancestors, right? Because yeah, they love abantu bami, guys, bathanda ubuhle. I'm sorry, abantu bami bayabuthanda ubuhle. Siphethwe thina uma siphethwe inkosazane yamanzi, so yeah, ubuhle is always, so okay, yeah, I think I have to wear glasses. Like, I think I have to wear glasses because the topic of today is about opposite gender relationship attraction, right? So what does that mean? It means how do we attract or who do we attract as abantwana b'Inzuza or abantwana b'Inkosazane, or who somebody who has the element y'Inzuza and the element y'Inkosazane. So there's a difference between both these spirits, right? There's a difference, and you're going to be amazed masowuthola actually uzothuka ukuthi how kanti I thought it was just me, because I've had I think several experience when it comes to this. So yeah, you're going to enjoy it, and I hope you do learn from it as well. As much as in a sense of humor, it also has formal, like a formal background, and sort of like an informal, theory to it. So yeah, I hope that you do enjoy it. And yeah, so sizokhuluma basically ngenzuza with MNdau and Inkosazana with MNdau. So I ngifuna ukutrya ukugiva just a background check, because I feel like sometimes we misconceptualize things, guys, based on other political affairs, ne? So yeah, so maybe if we can just take it down to spirituality kancane. So I'm going to give you a background check on spirituality nje kancane, in terms of ethnic groups, right? And how it came about. Unfortunately, I'm not going to indulge much in a lot of things now. Yeah, so okay, as we go along, please do understand isilungu lesi ne, isilungu, and isilungu salumana yo. Before I start with the topic, before ngena ku topic, I just want to say this, guys. And I think I did do a video about the so-called African spirituality. Yeah, and yeah, and beliefs, ne? So yeah, and the cult and the difference between spirituality and culture. But I just want to mention this: you cannot talk about spiritual, African spirituality bese usitshela ngama chakras. Nizosixaka and nizozi-expose. You cannot box it into African spirituality. Then you want to tell us about your understanding of chakras. How does it ama chakras fall lapho? I understand, because when you say African, but it's not, it's actually in Dabazamine. I don't make people's troubles or problems mine. Yeah. So oh, by the way, I've got a video. Eish, ngihleli phansi manje ngabona ngikhozi kanjani. I wish I could take a full picture. So amazing. So yeah. When I spoke about ilento. Oh, I've got a surprise video. I was going to say that, surprise video that is coming up. It's actually me singing, guys, ne? But it is all, yeah, it's my music video. Let's just say that my music video. And I hope I sing kahle, so watch out for that. It's a compilation, and yeah, the things that I'm made to do. But anyways, yeah. So as I said, let us not box it into African spirituality, and I'm talking about my space, guys. And you understand that it's my space and how I view things or how I'm taught. I think I've got one of the most wonderful guides ever, because the learning is sometimes fun, not funny, sometimes fun. Yeah, so okay, asingeneni before abantu bangishaye. Yeah, I made just a diagram just to demonstrate me. This is how it looks. I'm not sure if it does show, but this is how it looks, guys, ne? And ngizoyi explainer why I wrote this. Basically, actually, bekufane ngabe khona something phakathi. Let me see if I can just jot it down. What's needed phakathi, because I did the same diagram is yesterday with two as I was preparing. So let me show you this one. This one basically in my notes, ne? And some here it says foreign ancestors spirit, ne? If you can look at those, it says foreign ancestor spirits. My handwriting is bad, guys, I know. So yeah, I'll explain a bit later, but now I just wanna start by giving a background check, ne, on some of the things. Hopefully ngiyakwazi ukufunda handwriting yami without glasses. Otherwise, if push comes to shove, I'm going to have a good thing. Yeah, so let me read next, guys, because as I said, this, okay, I'll get to this later. So spirituality is so deep and broad that it needs someone to be grounded and secure in their space. So spirituality, guys, it's so deep and very broad, and we cannot limit it to our own intelligence and our own understanding. Okay, we did not form this concept, we did not, but sizalelwe kuyo. All right, so it needs you to also be grounded and secure in your own space, and also know your own space, because it becomes very interesting if you understand your own space. So yeah, the formation, guys, and this is what woke me up when Ugogo said it. The formation and transfer of energy between us as spiritually gifted people, make us to make us to be one with the universe. So the formation and the transfer of energy between us as spiritually gifted people, ne? uh makes us one with the universe. And let me explain it, because I said I'm talking about, the topic is about opposite gender relationship attraction, of physical attraction, ne? And I'm not talking about physical attraction in terms of umzimba, but I'll explain later. You'll understand later. So we attract opposite genders according to the water spirits that we carry, or the elements that we carry. And what's amazing is that between Inkosazane, Ninkanyamba, Inzuza, it's actually different. Also bringing forth the MNdau. Okay, so we all know, man, I'm not going to teach you Guti MNdau is named after the Ndau spirit, or MNdau spirit is named after the Ndau. I'm not going to teach you about that. I think it's been explained or spoken about too much, ne? And sometimes I feel like, as I said, things are misconceptualized and things are brought into a context ezingangeni kuwo. So hence I said you cannot also bring spirituality and African spirituality and within the same context as ilento ama-chakras. Angazi noma ngiyazwakala, angazi noma understand. Okay, so the formation of it, guys, the formation and the transfer of energy within different people and different ethnic groups makes us all like one with the universe. And it's so simple, really. That's why I made that diagram, because however we look at it, guys, it still goes back to foreign ancestral spirits. It's the mysteries, guys. And I think what I love the most is that when the mysteries of foreign spirits are revealed to you, it's or unlocked to you. I think with my gift and what has been unlocked so far makes it, like wow and wonderful, because I've never had a lot of people baxoxe ngayo. Nami ke angizungena deep, because nina niyakwazi nokucopy no-paste, i-copy and paste nayithanda. I'm going to limit it to lapha abogogo bafune ngiyilimitele khona, and not going to go deep. It's a conversation that I would have with somebody who understands how does healing with knowledge works. And bengifuna ukumention this, knowledge does heal, guys, or more knowledge can heal. Also, there are different ways of healing. You are not limited to certain ways. Okay, so explain later. Yeah. So spirituality is very interesting, because when you let, it's very interesting. Spirituality is very interesting when you let yourself go. Full stop. What do I mean? Spirituality is very interesting and unique to everyone who lets themselves go. What do I mean by letting yourself go? Let the physical self or the physical understanding of things go. When you want your gift, when you want to understand spirituality, you are going to have to let the physical understanding of things go. And you are going to be uzokumangalela how much, okay, we do not understand. Once you let the physical understanding go, then you are going to understand how much we don't know. Understand? Yeah. So I think as I said, it's very unique and interesting if you let yourself go and respect and trust your guides. That's what I was saying. Letting yourself go physically, so you respect and trust your guides to point you in a direction ezokubonisa izinto, ezokufundisa, ezokusiza. So I think for me, it was more of giving, not giving up per se, but starting with having that inner peace and letting myself go in such a way that I had to shut a lot of physical doors. Okay. I think people that I've shared, I've had a face-to-face, one-on-one conversation with would understand. Or, I mean, this topic, guys, it's only going to take a few to understand where I'm going with this. Because izinto sifuna ukuzunderstanda ngendlela yethu. However, as I said, my space, and mina, I only explain what abogogo have taught me. And I try to share it with you guys. So I want to speak about Native Africans, because we have different definitions of Native Africans, right? And I think that is why people came up with this concept of African spirituality. Us as the Native Africans, as the indigenous people of Africa, ne? Groups of native to a specific region, people who lived their lives before. Okay, all right. It's in me. Out in pants. I think somehow I wrote something wrong. So the Native African, as the indigenous people of Africa, were groups of native or groups of people native to a specific region, people who lived there before colonists and or settlers, or if you want to call it traders or settlers, arrived and defined new borders and region. Is it okay? All right, sorry. So it was native to a specific region, people who lived there before colonists and settlers arrived, defined new borders, and began to occupy land. So it was before, I think, if we should call it like the European, defined new borders. So I think that's why that Native African comes from that definition. However, the definition, guys, everybody defines things according to their own understanding and how they have been taught or trained in the subject at hand, right? So I took this definition. I was reading a book and I took this definition because I wanted to try and explain where does the indigenous people of Africa actually, where does that come from? So the definition, guys, applies to indigenous groups, whether outside or inside Africa. All right, so it applies to that, whether inside or outside Africa. It applies to those groups. Now, the term African, guys, and I said this is just a background check, right? It's not about the video per se. So, background, the term African originates in the context of scientific writing on race and ethnicity, usually refers to a person with African ancestral origins who will self-identify or is identified by others as African, but excludes residents of Africa of other ancestors, e.g. Europeans and South Asians. Awuthi ngiyiphinde futhi ningizwe. Ne? The term African originates in the context of scientific writing on race and ethnicity, usually refers to a person with African ancestral origins who self-identifies or is identified by others as African but excludes residents of Africa of other ancestors. So the African, as we can say we are African, what differentiates us, because as we do have because in Africa as a whole, guys, we've got major what is this now? I forgot. Okay. Where is this now? Yabona le nto kwenza izinto ebusuku. Okay. What do they? I will remember it. Hopefully, I will remember it. And so it's like even in Africa we've got major ethnological groups, and I'm not sure if that's the correct word for it, but we are grouped according to, how many are they? Yeah, so I'll go back to my notes, and as I said, guys, isn't there valid? Yeah, I will go back, and I think maybe in another video I will try to explain it. I will explain that part. But what it means is that even us in Africa, we are grouped according to, there's Nigers and Congolians, there's Congolians, sorry, there's what do they call them again? There's a word for it. There's Saharan, there's a lot, okay? Because of and we are all grouped according to the places where we come from. Yeah, so okay, I don't know whether my notes end here. Okay, yeah. So as I think Funugusho, guys, we talk about Africans now, but then we don't look at what Africa was then and how it came about being the Africa. Okay, so in spirituality now, we are taken back to, if you had to look at it in spirituality, then you have to dig deep from the beginning, and I think that's what Abokoko were trying to do to me, and bangibuyisele back, or try to introduce me to the sort of like try ukungifaka to the introduction of how spirituality came about in terms of us now. So as I said, it's background check. I angifuni ukungena kakhulu because it's not really about the video at hand, but it connects. Linka kakhulu. Okay. What I wanted to say also was that as people, we are interlinked somewhere, somehow. So this is where we are interlinked in so many ways, especially in spirituality, that one needs to understand how. Okay. Now with the Tao spirit name, as in Sheila, I'm not going to tell you where the name come from. And anything else, but with a lot of people would say you feel MNdau in your base chakra, right? So that's how you feel MNdau. I'll do another video another time about chakras, guys. So Ndau spirit is related to your bloodline only by commerce and conquest, ne? There might be Europeans traders